podcast. It is Friday and we are lit. Miguel, how are you doing, boy?
I'm good, bro. Es viernes, el cuerpo lo sabe, right? I mean, shit. We're cozy, bro, and I got my jacket on, bro. I'm cozy as hell, you know. We cozying it up here, dude. Yeah, dude, it's been a good week. You know, um, been one of those weeks where like it kind of goes weird because I'm not sure about you, but I was off on Tuesday because of the snow and shit. So it's been kind of a long week, bro. But how about yourself, man?
I was not off and I work from home, so
Oh, you work from home. You're
yeah.
privileged. You're privileged, bro.
Uh, but it has been a weird week too for me professionally because Trump basically ended all the executive orders 1120 or whatever it's called, the affirmative action, the
Right.
DEI affirmative action executive order. So my industry and everything I work for is basically like in shambles, and people are just running around like chickens with their heads cut off, figuring out how can they save diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if Trump's gonna add like a new department to encourage that,
Right.
I don't know. So I have to like just be ready and see all my options and really like start updating that resume because
Get
you
that
never know.
resume AI going, bro. Get that.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I actually have used AI to update my resume. I did that like 2 months ago when I was thinking about doing an interview. I never did, but I updated it with AI, and it's interesting because you like once you update it with the AI, you can kind of tell like, hey, here's a link to a job I want to apply to. How does everything that I've done kind of shape me to be ready for this? Like, give me a score. Am I gonna be able to do this? And then it'll even write you like like a letter of statement or whatever, just so you can
Yeah,
send to
like a script, basically, right? Like
a script.
you're basically good for the interview, practice for the interview, you'll be ready.
Yeah. So
That's insane.
yeah, and those are the things that like kind of like people like I hear a lot in my industry that they talk about like, oh, AI has adverse effects on hiring because then applicants they just use AI to apply to a million different jobs, and then like all the companies are just looking at shitty applications of people like just kind of putting whatever to get the jobs like a robot doing it. But
Right.
that's because they're focusing on quantity and not quality. If you use AI, ChatGPT, the Google one, the Apple one, if you use it for quality and apply to certain jobs like at a slower pace, you will definitely stand out. You'll definitely be distinguished because you'll be able to do things faster. Also, you'll be able to faster, quicker write a cover letter, letter of intent,
Hmm.
email for the you know.
You could even, like you said, you can have mock interviews. Like I've been seeing clips where people are actually doing the interview, and the AI is actually the one doing all the interview with them with their faces. It'd be That's an interesting case. Like I'm guessing it's for people who kind of are like maybe English is a second language to them, or maybe they aren't so confident in the interview, and they use the AI to actually conduct the interview for them.
Yeah,
And like in the moment can it's the AI is so good that it's like it perceives the questions from the interviewer, and it in the spot comes up with like responses.
yeah. Like I haven't used one, but I kind of imagine how it could be because I've seen those commercials too.
Right.
It's like if you download a software that just constantly listening to your audio, and then whenever you have a Zoom interview or a Google Meets interview, that AI is paying attention, transcribing everything the boss is saying, the person on from the job, and then you can just be human and be like, well, what I was thinking, like you can kind of take your time to answer, right? Like if you're like, what's
Yeah, 100%. And it'll add like the actual like part of your vernacular, like the ums, the likes, the beat, your beats to the rhythms of your, the way you speak. It'll add it in there, their cadence, the cadence and everything. So it's
mm-hmm.
crazy how that can help you. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people who have like get nervous during these interviews and kind of have like stage fright. So that's gonna be a very good tool to use for that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah. And did you ever hear of those different job interview techniques? It's like an acronym that you're supposed to follow. STAR.
the star
Yeah.
technique. Yeah, yeah, I
So
have heard of it. Yeah.
that's like a good skill to practice, right? The STAR interviews. Sit down at home, do a couple scenarios. Like if they ask me this question, how can I answer in STAR form? You can use AI to help you that tremendously. Like a way
Okay,
to use.
let's do a tier list, bro. I want to do a tier list with you. I want to do a tier list of like the top three worst interview questions like that you've ever gotten, bro. What's Can you give me an example of what like a question that you've got that you hate getting in an interview?
What is one weakness that you have?
That was gonna be mine. Like, oh, what would you say is your greatest weakness, dude? There's no good answer to that. That's just like a catch 22. You're gonna get yourself in trouble if you answer that like super
Yeah,
honestly, or
it's a
you know,
fucking it's like a stupid question because the only way to get to beat that question is to answer it in a way where your weakest asset is something that like
is a still a pot. Oh, it's because I'm overly, what's it called? I have
I'm overly
OCD.
organized or like
Yes, I'm overly organized. I'm overly,
I'm a
go
perfectionist. That's my fucking
perfectionist. That's the one that a lot of people say. I'm
yeah.
almost too perfectionist kind of thing. But it's like there's no. And then if you come off saying, "Well, I don't really have a weakness," like you sound like a cop. You sound like a fucking sociopath. No one wants to like. No one's gonna believe that you have no weaknesses. Are you being
Yeah.
like that's something
It,
like a freaking autistic ass would say? Like
it's a bullshit question because the only way to answer it is to answer it in a way that doesn't answer the question. Like if
yes,
you were to honestly answer what is your weakest like if someone tell me, Eric, what is your weakest like what is your weakest link, your weakest accent? I'll be like, I'm not that good with organizing. I'll
yeah,
download a file on my computer and like I might start a folder, but then I start another folder, then I have to like eventually find them. Like
yeah,
that's what I
correct.
would say. And someone's gonna be like, nah, dude, we like this job
We can't
requires you.
hire him, dude.
Yeah,
We can't have that problem here. Like we've
and
got
that's the
enough.
honest truth. And
Yeah,
I've been working my job for like 2 years or whatever. So
yeah.
if someone were to ask you that, what would be your honest like answer?
My
Like, what's
greatest
your weakest
weakness,
link? Yeah, greatest weakness.
I guess, sometimes being like the bad guy or being the disciplinarian can be difficult. Like, because I
Mm-hmm.
guess I've always gotten kind of along with people and I have a good rapport with them. But sometimes you need to be that. You need to bridge that gap and you need to tell someone if something was done incorrectly. That's part of the only thing I can think of, if I'm being honest, like sincere. Would I say that in an interview? Probably not. That's kind of seen as as a leadership weakness kind of thing. So I probably
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say that. I don't know what I would say. Like you said, it's really no good answer there. Um, yeah, that's one of the. I hate that question. Another question that I probably hate is like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. Like you're trying to like get an idea of what do they want to hear, right? They want to hear that you want to be at this company, this next company, your next role for 5 years, right? They want to hear that. But if you say that, it just comes off as like needy. As it can come off as like you're kind of begging for the job, like, oh, I want to be in this job for 5 years. I don't know, like, God knows what's gonna happen in the next 5 years. Like, I can be in a management position. I can be, in a whole different state. I can be, I can be working from home. I don't like, that's a
I might
dumb.
be fucking homeless. I might get hooked on heroin
I
because
might, yeah,
because
I might
the
get deported
warehouse
by the ICE. Shit. Yeah, dude. Exactly.
it'd be like the warehouse that we work for is downtown near Sixth Street. So I might actually get hooked on drugs in the next 5 years, and you'll see me on the street.
Oh, speaking of Sixth Street, have you seen the new how Sixth Street looks now?
Yeah, dude. Did you see the clip of Sixth Street without the roads being open? It's stupid, bro. Who the fuck did that? Was that a mayor? Was that Austin Police Department? Who in the right mindset? Let's open this road that's full of young drunk people, and it's been like that for decades.
Watch this, bro. This is gonna blow your mind when you see how Sixth Street looks now, guys. There's there's these barricades on there now. Doesn't that kind of ruin the whole experience? Do you think? Like it used to be like this. You can just
Yeah,
walk around through the whole street. You see people
interview.
enjoying. You see, look at all these people enjoying themselves. Now they're behind walls.
So I actually, because I was very interested in this topic, and I saw some news news reporters on this, some news on it.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was they were interviewing, like I guess the lady who was like representing whoever did this, the police or the mayor or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're basically saying that they're like Sixth Street is a very iconic street in Austin, but we see that there's two types of people. There's the types of people that go into the bars and they have fun and they go from one bar to the other, which is
Mm-hmm.
what we love. But then we see that there's people whose intention is not even to go to a bar, but rather to just gather on the street and loiter. And that has caused a lot of problems with drugs and violence So we think the best policy is to avoid accumulation of people who just come to be in the middle of the street. And it's like, no, dude, that's false. There are no two types of people. Everyone
No.
who's in the middle of the street is also at the bar. And it's
Yeah.
like, you can't just go out and be like, how much time are you out here for? Okay, so you've been here in the street 50% of the time that you got here? No, no, no,
You
go to
can't
a bar.
calculate that. No,
You
yeah.
can't calculate that. And it's just like, what I never saw a problem with traffic in Austin on 6th Street, like 7th Street, 8th Street, 9th Street, any of the pillow streets. There was never any problem with traffic. So why do they need to open this?
This,
There was no problem at all.
yeah, I couldn't agree more. This also concerns me, bro. The reason is because we know how much homeless people there is in Austin and that, like in that Sixth Street area,
Hmm.
and now they're gonna be forced upon those two barricades. What's gonna, this is scarier, dude. What if like you're walking and someone just pops up out of nowhere? I don't know. I think it could create a bigger problem with the homeless there. You know.
Well, actually, what happened is the first week they did this was MLK weekend, like that week, and they actually ended up opening closing the road, closing 6th Street again because there's too many people between the barricades where it's a safety hazard. Like when you have riots and stuff and people can't move, like the Astroworld stuff.
Yeah.
So they actually had to they actually had to close the road the same
Wow.
weekend. They tested it out.
There you go. Yeah, that's some California level, you know, government stuff right there. Like that's bad, bro. There's no need for it, right? Like it's. I mean, why, you know, why break something that's not broken? Why change it? So
Hmm.
yeah, that's what Sixth Street is looks like now. I don't know. It's probably they're trying to get rid of all the interviewers and all that kind of stuff too, right? Like they're trying to get rid of all that.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get rid of all of that. They're trying to like, I guess, prevent violence. That's like the biggest thing that they want to say. Like we want to prevent the gun shootings and the drugs, people smoking blunts. But I just let it happen, or just let it be a fun street. Like I've been there a
Yeah,
couple of times. Yeah, you see a bar fight, but you see a bar fight everywhere. I'm
yeah.
curious to know if Austin has tried this measure before. Like, how many times has Sixth Street have gone to like an open street and then they had to reverse back to a closed street?
Well, one of the things that I thought I had heard this, or I had assumed that I'm not sure it was 100% what happened, but I thought this was in reaction to what happened in New Orleans during that New Year's Eve attack, right?
Hmm.
That's what I was figured. Maybe it's not what it is, but it seems like it might have been a reaction to that. Um, but in reality, I mean, that whole scenario with in New Orleans was that they didn't have their barricades up for some strange reason.
Right.
So everyone, the whole idea of Sixth Street being closed off has, I think, works because no one drives by there, right? It's always closed off. So
Yeah.
by introducing the people to drive through there, I think it creates an issue. So I don't know.
We see
Maybe
streets in Austin like that, like Domain. Domain is a street like it's an open
you
street
drive by
and
it. Yeah.
yeah, you can drive by it. So it does work, but the magic of what Sixth Street is, at least what we known it, which I'm sure a lot of decades have known it as, it's a street where it's chaotic. It's one of the elements, but the beauty of it is that there's police and horses. There's like a cavalry there ready to protect you if necessary, and that
Right.
itself becomes like an attraction. So I'm wondering if also defunding the police, if those movements have caused the police to be like, hey, we need to open the street because we can't have all these people, all these police officers here. We need to spread them out throughout the city. I'm wondering if that's a thing
It's
too.
possible. 100%. I could see that being the case. Um, I'm trying to get an example of showing the domain. I feel like in my opinion, I like going to the domain more than Sixth Street. I feel like it's a nicer area. Obviously, it's not as I mean, I was gonna show many people who aren't familiar with the whole Austin nightlife and stuff. But the domain is kind of the more. This is the pub there, Jack and Ginger's.
Hmm.
I like going there. Um, it's kind of more of a chill vibe, more less crazy and less chaos than over there in Sixth Street. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my preferred go to.
Yeah,
Um,
I would compare Domain Street to Brickell in Miami. They're very similar.
oh
Obviously,
yeah,
Brickell is like skyscrapers and better, I guess, better DJs. Oh, you don't. I mean, I don't know actually because Austin is like a music capital too. So
I like that Rose Bar, bro. I mean, I don't know if it's here, but that Rose Room, there it is. That's the Rose Room. This is a cool place.
it looks like EDM, right?
It looks like basically like a EDM concert inside. It's cool. It's a cool place. Um, but yeah, man. I suggest that over Sixth Street if you guys come to Austin.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But unfortunately, we got to move to the next topic. So what else should we fucking talk about?
Um, I don't know, man. Should we just dive into the our Instagram and then kind of
Yeah, why don't we
do
just
some
dive
clips
into
from that
that?
kind of
Well,
stuff?
actually, let's address the title. The title is the real reason Trump declassified the JFK and MLK files.
Hmm.
So in this video, we're gonna talk about the real reason, the stuff they don't tell you in the news, the information that you want to know. Why are they releasing the files now? Why was Trump so eager to do this within the first 2 days of his new administration?
Right.
Hugo, what are your thoughts? Why do you think this is happening?
First of all, I want to point out that Trump has actually done a lot of the things he claimed what he would do leading up. He said when he was campaigning, he would say he would do a lot of the things he's done in the past couple weeks, couple days.
Mm-hmm.
He's done them quick. He's had the executive orders ready. He promised that he would release these documents. I think that by releasing these documents, um, Donald Trump is saying to the FBI, to the CIA, all these government three-letter programs, "Hey, I'm letting the public know what really happened here. This
Okay.
stuff happened in the '60s, right, and was covered up. It's been in hiding for so long now, and I think by showing kind of the transparency of some of the failures that the FBI and the CIA have done, we'll be able to have a full blown reorganization for those organizations because it's needed, man. The FBI, the CIA, all these NSA, all these guys, they're overinflated. Their powers are beyond measure. No one knows why they have so many employees. They're definitely redundant, and I think it's gonna fall under the whole government efficiency thing where there's gonna be a full analysis of what they're doing there, and they're gonna get trimmed down. And I think by releasing these documents and letting that information out, it'll show the public, which has for long, this has been a conspiracy theory for so long. People saying that this was an inside job and that our government killed um Kennedy and MLK for the things that they were doing, right? That that's a big thing to release, and I'm curious how it's gonna even go down, man.
Yeah, you bring in some interesting points that I had not thought about. I didn't think about Trump going against these investigative intelligence agencies.
Hmm.
They've like if we want to set the stage in that direction, we have to keep this in mind. So the FBI was investigating Trump to Russian ties during
Yes,
the first campaign run versus Hillary Clinton.
correct.
It was a false dossier where they tied his son Eric Trump having meetings with Russian government officials, business transactions, and then he shortly decided to run for office. So they're tying that Russia was trying to control. That Trump was a Russian asset, a Russian puppet, and they
Hmm.
realized that this wasn't true, but they kept bringing it. They kept adding logs to the fire so
Right.
that they would get so much negative press that people wouldn't vote for Trump. That has later come out as it was false. They're trying
False.
to they're
Yeah.
trying to like fuck with him, and they knew it was false, but they decided to go with this narrative.
Right.
So Trump has felt persecuted by the FBI and the CIA. And if you want to get more conspiratorial, you can say that the Democratic Party, people like Obama, have influenced these agencies to the point where they are part of the party. They're not independent. They're controlled by the Democrats. So I was watching an interview from a guy who wrote a book on the JFK and MLK assassinations. Granted, this interview was on NBC, so obviously they're going to be against Trump.
Right.
But in the interview, the guy was saying that, hey, look, I investigated this for a long time. It was Oswald who killed JFK by himself because he was a madman and he wanted to run away to Cuba and be like, I just killed the president, like put me into your army or whatever.
Mm,
And he wanted to do that. And there was no ties to the mafia, no ties to the government. But the CIA fucked up so bad. They tampered with evidence that if when Trump shows this to the world, people are gonna lose faith in the CIA because they realize that they're so incompetent.
correct.
Now, that could very much be the case. It could be that during Trump's first administration, obviously as president, he can see the files, read them and then put them back to where they belong. He saw the files, realized that there was no grand conspiracy of the government killing the president. Rather, it was this lone gunman, and the FBI and the CIA just fucked up so bad with the evidence. Like for example, if you hear that book, Best Evidence, where they mention that they completely um, fucked the body over. Like the casket was empty in the funeral. It was
Right.
there was nothing in there. Like the body disappeared. Maybe the FBI just fucked up so bad that they destroyed the body, and then they're like, "Fuck! Like we have to cut some holes in like the explanation, so that people don't know that we messed up."
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the government have tons of incompetencies. You know, with the whole, Trump getting shot with in what's that in Pennsylvania not too long ago. We saw the failures in that. We've seen the failures in California with them handling with the LA fire. So I would not doubt it that that's what happened. And it's just a crazy thing, man. We need the public needs to know these things because you know at the end of the day we're citizens and we need to know these things, right? It's as as a citizen of the country, you want to have full faith and you want to know that your government is actually doing the best for the country, right? And by having these things hidden and covering up these things, it's just a bad look. It's a bad rep, and it needs to be released. These documents need to be released. I'm curious how like the process for how they will get released. And Trump, he's pushing a lot of buttons this second presidency, right? Because like you said, the first time maybe he might have, there's been talk about how he might have gotten some bad people in his cabinets. People were betraying him. People were switching up. There's even talks about Vivek and him maybe not getting along anymore. That's why he's going for governor. So
Oh,
this can
really?
happen. There's talks, man. I don't know. There's murmurs. There's talks. People are saying, this happens all the time in politics and in government. So I think this time Trump is like he's in it for he's coming in with vengeance and he's coming in with a plan. And by giving the public what he talked about during his campaign, he's showing them his loyalty, which is a lot more than you can say from for Biden, who he came in with all these things. Oh, we're going to forgive student loans, all these kind of things. Absolute lies. None of that was done. So say what you will about Trump, at least he's a man of his word, right?
Hmm. Okay, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, I do gotta play devil's advocate because Biden did try to cancel student loans in many ways, and I'm sure if you pull the number, he did cancel millions of dollars, but it just wasn't enough, and it
But
wasn't
bro,
what
we
people
got
wanted.
trillions, bro. We got trillions in debt. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, it's just that the strategy is not what's gonna solve the problem. Like the
Yeah.
strategy is not to just forgive people student debt. The strategy to fix this problem is stop letting colleges just like increase the price of their tuition to 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 maintain their sports industry. Like basically
Yeah,
that's the truth.
that's
Dude,
correct.
dude, why if I'm gonna study psychology, if I'm gonna study AI, if I'm gonna study nursing, why the fuck do I need a football team to be in the Alamo Dome, and why do we got to sponsor that? I don't want any of that. It doesn't like my decision to join UTSA had nothing to do with the football team. None of it.
Right.
So we need to stop focusing so much on making these sports. The like I understand some universities like maybe Notre Dame, maybe Alabama, whatever. Like some of them
The big ones. Yeah.
the big ones they have that empire, they have that like that driving force of team spirit. But for like most colleges out there, no one gives a fuck about the college football team. The students only want to go to the game so they can get fucked up and drunk. That's it.
Yeah.
Take that away, dude. Like, and that's why I think there could be a revolution in actual universities. If we like, let's say a billionaire who was like, "Fuck it, I hate college. I never went to, or I did, and it was worst experience. I'm gonna start my own college, and he starts his own like actual university throughout the country where it's like best majors that you can get, no bullshit, no core curriculum, just
Yeah.
straight to the point, and they make it accredited. That is gonna beat the industry, 100%. It's gonna flip academia on its head, dude.
Oh, dude, I was thinking about that too. I was like, okay, we all get, when you go to university, you get, charged all these tuition fees and stuff like that. But what I think could help is if, like, every degree kind of has a value, right? Let's say you're gonna target an arts degree, that'll have a
Yeah,
certain cost. It's gonna be, less expensive than a engineering degree because of the, kind of certainty that, if art is such a ambiguous thing, right? You
yeah.
get a degree in that, you're not really guaranteed that you're gonna be an artist making, like, money, like all those, you know, Salvador Dali and all them kind of stuff, right? That's not guaranteed. That's
Picasso
different.
money?
Salvador Dali, I doubt he even got a degree in art, right?
No.
So what an engineering degree, you can put a price on these things and have different pricing for different degrees. I don't know. Maybe sounds stupid, but what I'm trying to say is there should be, like you were saying, there should be more control with what your tuition goes towards, and the cost of it should be much more, unique than just a flat fee of 5,000 a semester, 10,000 a semester, yada yada yada. So it needs to be reinvented, man, for sure.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't really have much faith in academia. Like I think it's an industry that's just gonna keep happening. I don't really see any billionaire like wanting to do this because usually they just want the profit margins. I don't see how like anyone can really profit off making less money.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is that the AI is just gonna take over, and some degrees won't be that important anymore. And I
Hmm.
feel like what's gonna happen is like people are just not going to go to college anymore, and it's just gonna die down by itself. That's my
Yeah.
hypothesis.
100%. And let's not forget, we've kind of talked about both things that kind of are part of the issue, is that these colleges and universities also have, they rely a lot on the government funding, right? A
Hmm.
lot of the research and development that gets done in the universities comes from grants that are granted by the government.
Yeah,
So they're kind of also in bed with each other.
yeah,
And, like you said, someone coming and trying to, like, destroy that or change that might not get received well. Um, so it's like a mixed bag of things, but it's at the end of the day, like you said, you're an 18-year-old, you go on to university and you come in and you're already in $20,000 of debt after 1 year.
yeah.
Is that humane? Is that something you should be doing at that age? No, probably not, right? Yeah.
No, not at all. So that'll be very interesting to see what happens in the next years on that. And maybe we
Right.
can in future episodes we can do some like research on it to like defend our points better. But it's definitely a changing time. Trump has not really been focused on like education. I mean, he's been focused on like taking away the Department of Education.
Hmm.
Apparently, some statistics out there that the U.S. like education level has gone down ever since the federal agency, the federal department was created. I'm curious to know like what what are the benefits of not having a federal Department of Education. I feel like just replace it, but how can it be systematically bad?
um, I think that spoken a little bit about this with my teacher friends who are teachers, and so basically, what it's kind of goes down to what a lot of Republicans want, which is what they want this to be a state issue, right? They want each state to have, each state has their own Department of Education as well. So they want it to be an issue where the state kind of handles all of that. And that's from what my friend who's a teacher was telling me. Shut up, Manny. He was telling me about how this is gonna cause a lot of, like, uphill issues because what were they doing at the end of the day, right? What were these people in the Department of Education actually doing? Were they just laundering money? Were they just, sitting in cubicles not doing much? So it's kind of one of those government efficiency things where it's already being handled by the state. So why is there a federal program doing this exact same thing and overseeing that?
Hmm.
Um, so I think like that's definitely a Republican thing to make it more of a state issue. It's kind of similar to the whole Roe v. Wade thing that getting removed, make it a
Hmm.
state issue. So I don't know how it's gonna go. I mean, it's it could be a mixed bag of things as well. And it could work out well, it could work out bad. I don't know. But like you said, for the past, it's a trend now of our test scores in math and science and all these important metrics have declined in comparison to other countries, right?
Hmm.
And I, it's hard to pinpoint why that is, but it definitely is a trend and needs to be. I don't know, man. I remember when we were in school. I think people now view school differently. They don't much so go to actually. I think maybe the whole school going online and the homeworks going online, it maybe changed the whole dynamic of learning. Um, I remember going to school and I enjoyed going to school. I enjoyed like being the kid that answered all the questions, bro. I like doing that stuff. That was me. I was fucking. I was so they would ask questions and stuff. I was the kid picking up my hand and answering.
Hmm.
And I feel like that kind of learning is maybe not that prevalent nowadays. Maybe it's all online or from my, all the lesson plans that are made now. Apparently, they make them with AI. They make them with like you know online stuff basically, and it's maybe lost that creativity. And I think one of the biggest skills that you gotta come out of school with, at least high school and everything with, is critical thinking. The ability to think for yourself, the ability to have creative thinking, and to be able to solve problems and understand them. And that is kind of the I think the biggest learning curve in what's it called, from school. I think not everyone has that.
Hmm. I kind of disagree in some of it. Like most of what you're saying, I agree with, but I feel like there's still students who are passionate about learning. I
I'm
think.
sure there is, but I'm saying the trends are bad, bro. Like the test scores have. I mean, I could look it up. Let's look up U.S. test scores.
Yeah, test scores have gone bad.
I mean, there's people who are bad testers and stuff. I understand that, but
Hmm.
uh, U.S. education compared to other countries. I'm trying to find something not biased. Let me try to find something. Some of these, they got some weird ass graphs on here, dude. Um, in tests of reading, math, and science, U.S. 15-year-olds were outperformed by many of their counterparts in Asia and Europe. In some cases, placing below the international average. Let me see if I can share this. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint, right? It's probably people whose jobs there is to pinpoint this stuff, but the trend is there. Um, let's see. Can you see this?
Hmm.
So, U.S. students lag behind international peers in tests of reading, math, and science. U.S. 15-year-olds were outperformed by many of their counterparts in Asia and Europe, in some cases placing below the international average. So, in reading, the average was 496, and China and Shanghai performed at a 570, the highest. Funny enough, Hong Kong was second, so there's a trend there. In math, the average was 494. China again, Shanghai placed the highest at 613, and the U.S. was at 481. U.S. at 36, and the U.S. was at 498 at 24th. And it's in science, China also did well. Um, so I'm seeing a trend there, bro. Like it sounds like China has a very good education system,
Hmm.
and maybe that's something that we need to look into. And I know they're a freaking communist country and shit, but shit, that's one of that's an example of how is a communist country doing better than us at these metrics, right? What's the I don't know. That's strange, right? What do you think about that?
I think it is very concerning that our biggest enemy is way above us in education.
Right.
And I mean, some people say that you can only destroy America from within. So these countries like China have infiltrated our educational system and our media, and have like they're ruining. They want us to be dumber because the dumber
Yeah.
they are, the easier they can manipulate us.
Right.
Um, So maybe that does make, maybe that answers my own question as to like, you would end the Department of Education, because
Hmm.
if you have a department that oversees the entire country, if you infiltrate that one department, you control the entire country.
Yep.
Whereas when there's 50 individual states and each one is independent, you have to infiltrate each of the 50 states. Um,
Yes.
so I guess all I want is there for there to be like a standardized test that people take like nationwide, but that way we can like calculate like which state has the best, or like how smart we're on average. But even then, like standardized testing are very they have a lot of negative effects to certain people. Like
Oh yeah.
I know like Trump took away the DEI, but this was very interesting because there was an actual like argument that statistical tests like standardized testing
Hmm.
affected black people. Like black people on average perform worse on standardized testing than other races because of like the economic areas they live, and the lack of like resources in terms of education that they had in their local high schools and their local schools. So standardized testings were discriminating against minorities.
I can see that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
Like like for example, I mean, the standardized test in the U.S. that gets you into colleges is the SAT and the ACT, right? Those are the two
mhm,
big tests. I remember I was normally like, I guess I was very good at I was very dedicated at school in school stuff, and I was like very into that. But when it came to these two tests, I was not like, I would say I was not prepared and fully understood the weight of these tests. Right, these tests at the end of the day um, are used as a reference to what college and university you're going to. Right, they can very much help you with scholarships and grants. And there's people who literally have courses to study for these kind of tests. I
mhm.
didn't know about any of that. I just showed up and took it. Like, I just showed
Really?
up and took it. Yeah, both tests. I just showed up. I did. I thought I was like, I thought that by taking it, I was on the head of the ball or whatever. But like I said, there's people out there who have the resources, who are living in areas where that's a standard practice. They study for months to take these tests,
Yeah.
and they do pretty well because they're more accustomed to it. People who in my area or where I'm from, I didn't know that people were actually studying for these tests. I just showed up and took it. I did all right. I got like a whatever higher than average score, but I didn't do enough to where I think I could have done if I actually studied. Right? I mean, you know.
No, for me it's the opposite. Like in my high school, like it was a whole thing to study for it. Like it was like there was like private tutors that would like
Oh,
ask to use classrooms after school, and they would have like little
damn.
courses where they would teach it. And I never like I never really gave it too much like effort into it. I was just like, oh, okay. I had the book. I bought the book, and then I would look
Mhm.
at there's a guide for each test. Like every year they release
Yeah,
a
yeah,
book.
yeah.
So I would get the book, and then I would just kind of like practice. But I had no discipline. It's just very hard in high school with everything that you have to deal with, the socializing, and then like your regular school work, to then have extra time to focus on this test that you only take once.
Yep.
But I feel like the priorities are just messed up. Like the priority should be taking this test and studying for this test than trying to ace history.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna
Yeah.
tell me, hey, like you have to ace history, you have to study for the test. No, I don't. I have to study for the SATs because no one gives a fuck if I got a B or a C in history. If I got a fucking 2400 on the math section of the SAT, you know.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. But um, it's one of those things where, I mean, I guess the way another thing that was important too was like your GPA, your overall GPA for high school. That also gets used for like scholarships and grants.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like being top 10%. I mean, that helped. I know that helped me out. I got like a certain scholarship and stuff from for being top 10% of your school. And that's also that competitive uh spirit that I don't know if it's still present nowadays in schools, but there was always that competitiveness where you wanted to be the top 10 kids. You wanted to be, you wanted to push for all these things. I don't know if that's still around. I don't know that. I'm sure there is. I don't know if it's kind of pushed as upon as it used to be. I don't know. I'm not a part of it, but I know that we all know that competition breeds greater results, right? So maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if that's kind of died out or if it's not as prevalent, but
How many kids were in your graduating class?
our graduating class, I think, had like 800 kids.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice. I had mine would have had like fucking like I think max 200, bro. It's probably
200 then.
like 120, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
yeah. That's one of the negative things about private school because like there's the sample size is so small. Like the pool of students, like if there's only 120 students in your class, how it's super hard to be top 10. Like
Yeah,
you have to be better than fucking like 100 people, and there's only 120. It's like it's fucking hard.
but that should breed more competition, right? Everyone, those 20 kids that come or 12 kids that come out on top, it's like they were going like they're
Yeah, I
fucking
guess like the people who are top 10 in my class, like they're all went to Ivy League
Ivy Leagues.
schools
Exactly.
and have
Yeah.
like jobs where they do cool stuff.
Right.
So yeah, fuck high school, bro. Why are we talking about fucking high school and test taking? Boy, let's get to some fucking current day
Let's get into
topics.
some current events, motherfuckers. All right.
Yeah, let's
Hopefully that was an interesting talk. If not, then let's see what Opus thinks
I
about it.
think it was interesting. Yeah, I think
It
it was
was. I think
interesting.
we kind of went. We kind of we stayed on topic and stuff.
Yes, that's one of the things I want to also on this podcast. I want to like try to stick to a topic as much as possible. That way, like
Yeah.
the AI has no problem clipping that shit.
If you're watching this podcast right now, thank you for watching, by the way, and make sure to comment below and let us know what you think. Are we speaking sense? Are we talking dummy dumb yum yum shit?
Mm-hmm.
Or let us know what you think about the podcast. Let us know something you want to hear us talk about. Um, make sure to like, subscribe. And yeah, we're now going to our next. Like, I've noticed we have like a new kind of template for our podcast where we, kind of just do general speaking, and then we go towards our, personal experiences, and then we go towards our um, current events, which
Mm-hmm.
is what me and Eric send each other through Instagram.
Yeah.
So I will share my screen and let's dive into them. And let's go. Let's see what we
See
got
what we
here.
got
Can you see
here,
my
man.
screen, brother?
Yeah, I see it.
You send me this right now.
Yeah, I'm sending you shit right now that I'm looking, but let's go back to the top, I guess. Okay, what's the last thing? So the last thing we talked was Trump. Okay,
You want
Fauci.
you want to do that one?
Yeah, let me do that one.
All
So
right.
why is Anthony Fauci being pardoned by Biden? Why did Biden pardon Anthony Fauci? Is he guilty or is he not guilty? What the hell do you think about this, Miguel?
I think it's shady, man. Why is this guy getting pardoned 20 minutes before he leaves office, bro? That's strange. What is going on there? And Trump has done a big move here. He has removed Anthony Fauci's security from the government. So now Trump is saying, I know what you did. You got pardoned by your buddy over there, Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I am now removing the security. You are a multi-millionaire. You
Yeah,
can get security if you need to, right?
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
what do you think about that, man?
I just think like Trump had an amazing comeback when he said he made a lot of money. He can pay for his own security, and that's true. Like, why does the government have to pay for your security if you basically killed a lot of people and made profit off it with the vaccine? Like a couple of years ago, we couldn't say that, but now we can say it, and nothing's gonna happen because it's true, legitimate, true. Like the vaccine, a lot of people did not need to take the vaccine because it had adverse effects, and now those people are suffering the consequences. And I mean, I don't know if you saw the clip of Andrew Schultz talking about the vaccine when he's like, "What the hell is in my arm, bro?" He's like, "If you put something in my arm, then you can't get pardoned." And that's true, bro. If you force people to get something, you should not be able to get pardoned, bro.
It's true, bro. I mean, I know I took it. I definitely have like buyer's regret from that shit. I had to take it because of my job was like, if you want to come back and work, you're gonna have to fucking take. Like it was literally like that. And now there's even been Supreme Court cases where people well, court cases where people won multi-million dollars because their job forced them to take it. Right.
Hmm.
That that should not be happening in our country at all.
No, it
So
shouldn't.
it's strange, man. Well, I mean, hopefully this. this presidency can air out a lot of that stuff. I don't know. Um, I'm hoping it does, but only time will tell. And Anthony Fauci, good luck with that security, man.
Yeah, good luck with that. And if you actually go up like two or three messages, we can see the actual video of Trump saying that.
Here,
There you go.
this one right here. Trump cuts off security detail for Anthony Fauci.
Hmm. Yeah, you can't have security detail forever. Trump's probably gonna have security detail forever, bro.
Oh
they
yeah, dude.
they're trying to kill him left and
They've
right.
already tried killing him. Yeah. Um. Let's see. I guess maybe we should do our things for the clips.
Okay.
All
Uh,
right. So I want. Okay, we could do this one, bro. I want you to do this clip for the. Did you see the clip about the chocolate that's better for you? You want to do that?
okay. Yeah.
Stop buying chocolate.
It's loud. Fuck. How should I do
Yeah.
it?
Turn it down a bit. Can you turn it down? Or no?
On where?
I don't know. I guess on your computer. Turn the volume
That's
down on your
dumb.
computer. It's
Let's
kind
see.
of weird that they don't have a.
My it's not even loud on my computer, bro. Like what the fuck?
Uh, oh well. Anyways, let me talk.
Buying
Let me
Yeah, it's
talk
gonna
about
make it
this.
hard.
So if you're Mexican, you should not buy chocolate abuelita. Yes, you heard me right. Chocolate abuelita is actually a Swiss chocolate that has so many different ingredients. There's actually a more authentic Mexican chocolate that has four main ingredients, and we're talking about the good ingredients: cocoa. I don't know the rest, but you should fucking get the Ibarra chocolate, bro. Watch this clip for that. I don't know. Just fucking see what I can do with
that's
that.
that's okay. Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
okay.
I could probably like do something out of that. But
Right.
let's talk about that. Hold on, no. Let's stay on that. Let's stay on the topic. Okay, bro. What does that make you think? The fact that a super Mexican like chocolate is not even made in Mexico, bro. How does that make you feel?
It just screams of what capitalism is, bro. It's just profit and prioritizing targeting people. Like having that little sweet grandma on that picture. That's all the marketing they needed, right? That's Nestle or whatever using their marketing genius to profit off people's heritage and culture, right? On right now it's cold outside. A lot of people a lot of people of Mexican culture make this chocolate. Um, and yeah, there's just another way of targeting people's culture and using it against them and profiting off of it.
Bro. And now that I realize, that's not a fucking Mexican grandma, bro. That is the whitest fucking Santa Claus wife grandma I've seen in my life, bro. La abuelita from Chocolate Abuelita looks nothing like a Mexican grandma, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. You're right. I haven't never even thought about that, but you're right. They're just targeting off people's traditions, right? Classic.
Yeah, it's just like a white lady with a coffee mug and the glasses. Nothing Mexican about that. Um,
Oh, I'll do a setup for this one. It's the Zuckerberg one.
okay.
So, hey man, you know what's interesting? Have you seen what Zuckerberg's been wearing lately? He's
No,
been wearing this strange necklace around his neck, and everyone's kind of talking about what it could mean. So, here they're saying, can someone explain to me why Zuck is wearing a pagan pendant tablet of the moon god Khonsu? It symbolizes wielding the power to open a gateway to the underworld, and later became adopted into the Satanic Bible and Jewish Kabbalah. And then here you can see how it looks. That's pretty interesting, right? I mean, what's really going on here? You know,
what's
why
really going
why
on
is
here is that's
why
an
is the
AI
C?
image.
What was that?
That's just an AI image created for marketing purposes. No, bro,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's weird. Billionaires always have weird shit like that. Like you'd be like, oh, Mark Zuckerberg is cool now, and then he's like, wait, what, is he wearing a fucking pentagram? Wait, does he have a pentagram tattoo? It's like Elon Musk is like a cool guy, and then he's like, wait, he has how many baby mamas? Wait, what is he doing?
So people are calling out on the comments, but it could be an interesting thing. I don't know. Um, I wonder what he really, and even if this is fake, like I wonder what that necklace actually is. Like I don't know. Like we were saying, Zuckerberg's become a full on like frat boy now. Like is this part of his like final form of transformation?
Yeah,
I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I mean, see, people here now like Zuckerberg, like, but dude, Zuckerberg is based. He removed trans filters and such. He's cool now. Like you see, like that. The rebrand of Zuckerberg worked on this guy. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. That's part of the narrative, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
people are so stupid, bro. People are so easily like they can change it. Like I guess like maybe you and I are like, yeah, Zuckerberg's being more cool, but we wouldn't be lame enough to fucking comment that, bro. Like if you comment that, like you lost. Look, there's actually look. Can I share? If I share this to you via Riverside, would you able
I can
to
stop sharing.
look? Okay, cool. Let me share
You want me
my
to stop?
yeah. Let me share my screen real quick because this has something to do with what we're talking about. Okay, so look at that. So Mark Zuckerberg flaunts gold chain gifted by rapper T Pain, and that's awesome. So here he has that pendulum that we're talking about,
Yeah.
and then the chain T Pain gives them. And here's an actual video here. Let's see. So T Pain gives us this chain, but
Okay.
he has that one chain that we're talking about.
What is that chain, bro? He's wearing it everywhere, bro.
He said the other chain wasn't big enough, and like
Oh,
what
they
is
almost
this?
got it. They covered it. He's the one I didn't want to see it, bro.
Like making edits and shit. Wow. Yeah, and I don't know if we can confirm what that original chain is, but there is actually like quite a few different like articles like talk. Okay, so look, here we go. Mark Zuckerberg talks about the necklace he wears every day. Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Clickbait.
So this is something that I worked with a what designer to make that has engraved on it the prayer that is
Oh.
singing that I sing to my daughters to my daughters every night when I put them to bed. Bro, he's not helping. It's a Jewish prayer called
Mishai Barak. Oh.
and it's basically a prayer for health and courage.
Wow.
And
That's
it
insane, though,
says,
right?
"May we have the courage to make our lives a blessing," and just think that that's like, and I've been singing it every day, basically night after night since they were born. Wow. Okay, so can we confirm that that is like what the post was saying on Instagram, or is that just exaggeration from a person online?
Or is he just lying, bro? Like he's just making up a story? What do the comments say there?
For these, they say that new Mark Human patch, the new Mark Human patch seems to be doing very well, and it makes the AI and Mark's robotic body feel like a human.
Ah,
Mm,
so they've gone. The Zuck has worked on them, bro.
mm-hmm,
He flipped them.
mm. He's improved. Everything is intentional. The way he is dressing, the shoes he picks, the hair, the necklace. We tend to think it's not, but it is. Isn't this the guy who made the social media software that promotes violence and self harm? Okay, so opinions are sometimes mixed, but Jew and pro Israel. Hmm. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if he.
Hopefully it is what he's saying it is, and not like the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about the Jewish faith to know like when this prayer has been around, but like that post said that it was later like added to the Jewish religion, right, or at least to the Jewish sect.
Right, right.
It's very hard for me to know anything because I'm Christian. So if you ask me about Christianity, maybe I can know. But if you ask me about Jewish stuff,
Yeah,
I don't fucking
that's
know.
true. That was cool, though, man. That's cool how you were able to bring it up to rebuttal it and everything. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, let me share a little bit more of what we got so far. Let me buy you a drink. Okay, let's see what we got here. What do you say? What is this? Oh, Fauci gets
Oh,
pardoned.
that was a crazy video, bro.
Oh, okay, do this one. Do a clip for this one.
So have you seen the clip of the guy who says, "I'm not gay no more"?
No, bro.
It's
Wait, what is
hilarious,
this
man. Every
about?
time I see it and pops up on my feed, I just can't help but watch it. I don't like mans no more, he said.
Bro, what does he say? Like, wait, is this real? Or is this a skit?
It's like legit, bro. Like they're trying to, I guess, convert him in church or whatever.
Bro, watch him like you pull up to him like 2 months later, and he's like, "I'm gay. Yeah, I fell back into my addiction. I'll suck your dick right now."
It's like that one clip of the African guy. He's like, "Why are you gay?" You seen that, right?
Well, perfect. That's fucking perfect. You two
Why are
birds
you
with one.
gay? Yeah, that one. You gotta see that one, bro. We have.
That deserves a chip. Um, you see this one?
Oh, I did. He pardoned the guy, right?
That's crazy, right?
All he did was like basically use it to like prove that they can use Bitcoin for like black market stuff, right?
No, but so the way that this is very interesting is I've seen this video a couple times on YouTube. There's like a documentary on it on the Silk Road.
Yeah.
This guy created the Silk Road, which is a website where people can buy and sell anything, and allegedly you can even buy like a hitman to kill someone.
Yeah.
So the FBI pretended to be a very active user on the website
Mm-hmm.
who was able to be in touch with Ross Ulbricht,
Mm-hmm.
and basically Ulbricht, that guy, he was like concerned that the person who was actually the FBI was going to like let the whole operation be exposed. So he put a hitman. He ordered a hitman to kill to kill this user, but it was actually the FBI who was also pretending to be the hitman. So he was
Oh wow,
basically like he basically told the FBI, "I'm ordering a hit to kill this other user of my website," and
that's insane.
and then they like they had no proof that it was that it was Ross because it was all anonymous on the internet, but they knew it was him. They just couldn't prove it. So
Right.
what they did is they actually went to a public library where they saw Ross Ulbricht like working on it, and I think he was so panicking because he was sending an email about like, yes, kill him right now, like send like I'm sending the hitman, that he like kind of got up like to get water in the library, and he left his computer screen on, and the FBI just came and took a picture of his computer screen and it proved like the whole chat. So that's how that guy went to prison.
Wow.
So I don't know why the hell Trump pardoned him, but I guess it's part of the whole crypto like sphere.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he was like, like I said, he was. They were using Bitcoin earlier. Like, he created a market where you can use cryptocurrency. Even though it was like for illegal things, he created an early. He showed how cryptocurrency can be a used in a market, right? Basically. Um.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one's very interesting. Like the ozone layer is reportedly on track to be fully recovered by 2066. So how the fuck? Apparently, weren't we like the worst like to the planet ever? The Green New Deal, like we had to have like no windows in our house and watch our carbon footprint. And then now we figure out that the ozone layer is like almost gonna be fully recovered in the next 30 years.
Wow.
That's weird, right?
That's strange. I mean, it just goes to show, like, man, even with using talking about climate change and what the global warming and stuff. I've always felt that the Earth will do what it does. I don't think human intervention has does much. There obviously people who are it's a political thing now, right? People on the left think that we're causing all these issues, the caps to melt and all that stuff. I don't know, man. People have been talking about this for years. Oh, California, New York, the sea level is gonna rise and they're gonna sink. It's never happened, right? I mean,
No.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it could be like maybe like global warming was like the original COVID vaccine. So the COVID pandemic was a way to successfully control people by making private sector and the government panic so much that local and state governments were controlling people. I feel like
Hmm.
maybe the ozone layer and like global warming was the first version of that. Like maybe the elites were like, we need to impose a exterior threat, a threat bigger than life that's going to extinct the whole human race. Something
Hmm.
that we can say this is devastating, an invisible enemy that you can't see, but we can prove with our numbers and our scientists.
So
And we're
COVID.
like, we need to like fix the ozone layer. Stop fucking drinking so much water. Like too many humans.
Too many cows farting, right?
Yeah,
Methane.
something to control us, and then
Yeah.
it's just bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, it's all political, right? It's Oh, that's why we need to start going to electric vehicles. All this kind of bullshit. Fuck all that.
This one's crazy too. So, Japanese company opens AI powered call center in Las Vegas. It's first in America. That's confusing to me. Though. So, a Japanese company created an AI when they're doing it in Vegas. It makes no sense. Hmm. But it's
Yeah,
an
that is
in,
strange.
entirely AI call center, but it's a big building. So, are the employees there to like help the AI, or are the employees there, or is that just like a big building because they need all the like computers there to operate this huge AI? Look at this one. So Nancy Pelosi's husband made $38 million worth of stock trades in weeks leading to the Trump inauguration.
So,
I
ex-House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband made $38 million worth of stock trades in the weeks leading up to President Donald Trump's inauguration, including an investment in a once obscure artificial intelligence firm whose shares have soared nearly 50% in the past week. So, there they are making their money.
million, dude, $38 million. That's like basketball athlete money, bro.
Yeah.
That like okay. If you were to tell me Nancy Pelosi's net worth is 38 million, I'd be like, damn, bro, she got rich. Like, how did she do that? But no, that's not her net worth. That's how much she made weeks leading up to like like in a month, like in a couple months. What the fuck? How much money
Yeah,
does this
this
bitch
is
have?
this is an example of the just career politicians, bro. Like this is not what people were politicians were supposed to be. In the first days, the founding fathers, they were chosen. They were like all young. They were like in their 20s, 18, they're like in their prime young years, and they were doing it because they were the most capable ones. Now we have people who are the most powerful who are doing this stuff, right? And they really should. I mean, Pelosi's like in her 70s. That she shouldn't be in politics, man.
Yeah,
Get her out. Get all these people out, dude.
yeah, we need terms on Congress for real. What is this one? It says a doctor says he knows how brain cells create consciousness. New evidence suggests he's onto something. So that's crazy. If so, you think if scientists can tell you, hey, consciousness is just a cells like sending these different electrons between them. Do you think
Hmm.
that discredits like any or like faith or like the presence of God or an afterlife, and we're just material with a brain that can like create a conscience? Or you think that just kind of like shows that we're understanding the human technology, like the human brain?
I mean, it's one of those things where like, are we even meant to understand it, right? I know
Mm-hmm.
there's this whole thing where as humans we want to, question everything and understand and dive in deep and find the origins. But I don't know. It's like so like in this example, a doctor says he knows how the brain creates consciousness. New evidence suggests he's onto something. So it says Stuart Hameroff has faced 2 decades of criticism for his quantum consciousness theory, but new studies show the idea may not be as fringe as once believed. So I mean, there's been a lot of people who think that way. Like it's that whole thing of like, oh, you think of something and you say it, there's higher probability of it becoming reality, right?
Right.
Even if it's it sounds like some Disney shit, oh, you have to believe in yourself, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, man, it's strange. Uh, God knows what it really is, you know.
All right. Okay, let's move on to this one. So Sam Altman's OpenAI is expected to announce AI super agents. The CEO has scheduled a closed door briefing for U.S. government officials. Holy
Whoa,
shit!
damn, no invite, shit.
These super agents will be capable of handling PhD level tasks. Uh,
Oh,
Sources say OpenAI staff have been telling friends they are both jazzed and spooked by recent progress. Damn,
damn.
so these are the fucking nerds that are creating the end of the world, bro.
I don't
All
trust
these
any of them.
they look like they need some sex in their lives now,
In
bro. I can't see one girl. Is that the? Is that a? No, I don't see. Is that a girl? Maybe this one here.
the middle, in the middle. Yeah, that's
I
one.
don't know these days, bro. You can't really tell.
A lot of guys for sure.
Yeah, a lot of guys, yeah. And what the fuck is a super agent? So the technology world is buzzing about the anticipated launch of AI super agents capable of performing complex tasks. According to Axios, OpenAI is expected to announce this significant breakthrough soon, with CEO Sam Altman set to brief U.S. government officials at the end of January. Okay, here's some information. These AI super agents are designed to work autonomously, handling sophisticated tasks with minimum human input. Their capability may include advanced research, coding, and strategic decision making, effectively replicating the expertise of highly skilled professionals. Wow, bro! Like, am I? Are we really just gonna all lose our jobs pretty soon, bro? Like,
I don't know, dude. Well, it's gonna the big companies are gonna be the first investors for sure, but like working for a small company might be the move right now because they're not gonna be able to afford that shit, you know.
I guess, but then they might get fucked by the competition, bro.
That's fair.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Hans
it could.
Zimmer, known for his like music
Hans
scores.
Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, known for his music scores in action movies and Hollywood blockbusters, is now officially hired to make Saudi Arabia's national anthem.
That's crazy.
Money. That's crazy, bro. So Saudi Arabia, when did that become a country, bro? Because they're doing a national anthem now.
They're doing all these cool things, right?
Yeah, they're also investing money in the U.S. and everything.
Yeah.
The three worst drinks that increase Alzheimer risk, including one health conscious people like. Okay, what is it? So these New York Post things, you have to go on their website and then you have to sign up, and so it usually takes someone who has a subscription to tell you. So if you give up Diet Coke, alcohol, and sports drink, you won't actually live longer. You'll just be miserable. So it will be like living forever. Ice water, sparkling water. Okay, whatever. What do you think these are? Like, do you think
I think one of them was definitely Diet Coke. It says there.
yeah. But this one says like it's a healthy conscious like a healthy drink
Well,
people
that's
like.
health conscious. You're thinking about your diet, right? Right.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So you got the clickbait, huh?
Yeah.
Did I really send you this? It's just fucking shoes.
That's some Eric shoes right there, bro. That's something you would wear, huh?
No, I wouldn't wear that shit. Fuck
Come
that.
on, or your dad? You think your dad wore that?
These are interesting, bro. Because look at like the bottom is like Air Max, bro. Got the loafers up here.
It's the socks that do it for me, bro. It's the tube socks.
Yeah, is it too the white tube socks? If this whole thing was black, then or like this, look at the fucking. Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucked
Look
up
at
the
one of the
logo.
comments. It's Tyler the Creator type beat.
Yeah,
For real.
that's true. What is this? So, Oracle chairman Larry Ellison says AI will soon create personalized mRNA cancer
Fuck that
vaccines.
shit,
You wouldn't take it?
bro. Why is Oracle talking about fucking vaccines, bro? That's weird. No, do not. Why? Why is that going on?
They saw the profit margins, bro.
They're like, oh damn.
Okay, so a new study finds electricity can heal even the worst kind of wounds 3 times faster. That is cool. I feel like that's something Nikola Tesla was onto a long time ago. Scientists at Chalmers University and the University of Freiburg have developed a biochip that uses electrical stimulation to accelerate wound healing by 3 times. By exposing skin cells to up to 200 MV millimeters electric field, they boosted cell alignment and migrated without side effects, offering hope for chronic wound treatment, especially in
Yeah,
diabetes care.
that's cool. I mean, it's kind of like how people you do welding for like metal and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That this is very similar to that. I think that it kind of makes sense. You know.
Yeah, I think that's a way to go.
Yeah.
Because like usually like surgeons use like stitches, like that's so old school, bro. Like stitches,
I know.
give me something my cells just like naturally generate.
Right.
um this one's crazy. So this is augmented reality to look inside a patient's brain.
What?
Yeah, with AR tools, surgeons can now navigate the brain and spinal cord with great precision and safety. By overlaying MRI and CT scans directly into the field of view, they take accuracy to the next level. The future of surgery is here. Holy
Wow.
shit.
That's like some Iron Man thing, bro. It looks like that Iron Man when he's like doing that stuff with the,
Yeah.
pulling stuff. It looks like that.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. So we're getting close to the end.
Oh, dude.
This
So
one's,
for this one, do a clip, then be like, "Have you been seeing this clip of do
yeah,
that?"
yeah. Um, did you see that clip of the satanic stalker in Texas?
No.
Dude, apparently there's a satanic stalker. He wears a red satanic hood, the goat horns and everything, with the Bible verse on, and he just goes up to Ring cameras, knocks it, and just people just end up calling the cops because he runs away. What
Dude,
do you like?
fuck that.
What the fuck is going on, bro?
Bro, it's Texas, bro. People are gonna have guns. He should not be doing that.
And nah, he's retarded. A a Carrollton homeowner is on the edge after the posted video showing a person who showed up at the door wearing a mask and holding a sign. The incident happened in the neighbors near West Harbor Parkway and Highway 212 last Saturday. What is Revelations 20? Let's look it up.
Yeah.
It says Revelations 20, passages 1 through 15, is a passage from the Bible that describes the binding of Satan, the judgment of the dead, and the first resurrection.
Why is he coming to people's houses with that shit, bro?
Bro,
His HOA's gonna kick his ass out, bro. What the fuck's he doing?
what the fuck? An angel descends from heaven with a key and a chain. The angel seizes Satan's, the dragons, and binds him to thousands of years. Satan is thrown into the bottomless pit and sealed. Satan is prevented from deceiving the nations for 1,000 years. What the fuck?
Damn, that's some crazy shit.
Okay. Fuck that crazy guy. Damn, what is this?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
this is
a
crazy.
drone, right? It's like a drone thing.
Yeah, so it's like a Amazon camera, ring camera that's a drone. So you're always able to be home. Like you can like be in vacation and then you're like, let me see if I left the stove on. So then you just fucking turn on the camera and go up to the stove.
Look at I like this comment. It says, "Yes, give Amazon a 360-degree scan of your entire home now too on the guise of safety."
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It'd be like, it seems like you're missing a couch. But
Oh, I ordered you a new couch from Amazon.
it seems like you had more room for a bigger television.
Yeah, I logged into your bank account and bought it for you.
This one here says Ireland's first 3D printed social house built in just 12 days. So, can you believe this house was completely built with 3D printing?
That's crazy, bro. I know there's one actually here in Georgetown, like which it's like a neighboring town here in to Austin, Georgetown.
Hmm.
There's a neighborhood full of 3D printed houses here. Let
Holy
me,
shit,
let me see if I
really?
can look it up. Um,
Bro, I should have told me that a long time ago, bro. I fucking would have gone, bro.
haha. Okay, let's see. Okay, I found it. Share my screen. Okay, okay, stop. Yeah, perfect. Uh, all right. So let me see. I'm trying to find it. This is the neighborhood, the world's largest 3D printed neighborhood, nearest completion in Texas. Look how they even have. They all have solar as well. Look at that.
That's crazy. And that's 3D printed.
Yeah. And look at this how I would look at the inside. These are like the walls.
What?
What's crazy about it is that like how do you like I wonder how they integrate the whole all the electrical, the plumbing and stuff. Like and what about maintenance? What if a pipe bursts? What if like I don't know, that's the kind of stuff that trips me out. I'm like, how does that even work? You know?
Yeah, and like, how's that gonna affect all the Mexicans, bro? Like, they build houses, bro. How you gonna have
I
this 3D
know, dude.
printer
Is
building?
I know, man, it's insane.
Like, it seems like you got some workers there, like, kind of guiding the machine or like having to clean up after it or something. You see them right there?
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of like left like sludge all over the place and shit. Yeah. But it's crazy. Look at the material, bro. It's like it's crazy how it must be strong
Yeah.
as shit.
I wonder if that material is good
Look,
for
Lennar, isn't that who you bought with?
wires.
You bought with Lennar, right?
Yeah, Lennar has that.
Dude, it's Lennar, bro.
Whoa.
That's insane, right?
Yeah, they're really trying to save money, huh?
Yeah, look at that house. Would you? I mean, it looks kind of looks futuristic, bro. I mean, it's
Yeah,
so.
it looks different. Where fucking houses always look better in these images than in reality, bro.
I know, dude. It's that's straight up. That's true. Um, but yeah, I mean, the whole 3D printing is gonna change the market when it comes to, like you said, um, it's gonna impact the whole workforce for for construction, right? I mean, because all you do is need a big. I mean, the printer is huge. The 3D printers are ginormous, but that's all you really need. And then some people watching it. That's really it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, bro. Is there anything else you want to add to this podcast?
I think that covers up a lot of things that we talked about. I mean, I'm just really, I just want to keep on grinding, bro. I mean, we've been going hard with the guys. If you're watching, we've been going hard, with the clips. We've been going hard with the shorts and podcasting and everything. So just make
Mm-hmm.
sure to, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Give us a like, and we're gonna keep on grinding. Um, shit. I don't know we're like at 8,600 subscribers. We're trying to get to fucking 10,000. We need to get to 10,000, bro. Like soon, like ASAP. Um,
Yeah. Actually, there's two things I want to talk about real quick. So I just want to test this out. So in the last episode, we mentioned Mr. Beast versus Reddit. Then we also mentioned the Japanese half human breed. Both of those were our mostly like our most engaged clips. So I just kind of want to add a sequel to those. Um, in recent days, have you thought of like anything new about Mr. Beast versus Reddit in the healthcare? Like, do you think Reddit is basically social media that is fucking done for because they showed that they support the healthcare industry?
I don't know what they're done for, but I think they've shown that they're kind of like plants or like kind of,
Compromised.
compromised and definitely are trying to, they're a public company. They're trying to care about their investors and stuff. And actually, I was watching Mr. Beast's show right now with my girl. We're watching it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was like seeing episode two, I think it was. I mean, it's just this guy's so crazy, man. Because like, he has this kind of villain-esque slash hero. You don't know what he is. Like sometimes you see him as always this guy who gives money to people who like gives save people from being blind, save people from walking with no legs. But then in another scenarios, you see him like putting people in situations which are like super dramatic, and they have to like do all these like jump off buildings, all this crazy stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a whole interesting character thing. But I think that he has to choose who he's gonna be, because I mean he's also the whole TikTok thing. He wanted to buy TikTok, so he's trying to be a hero. Like I think he's the ultimate like um like the ultimate villain slash hero, bro. Like what is that term? Like vigilante. Like he's just a guy who kind of does what he wants, and he plays on the border of both villain and hero. But
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting. I think he has to pick a side eventually, right?
Yeah, like he just hides behind his money, basically. Like I'm a
Yeah,
good guy or a bad guy, but I'm really just behind my money.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
that's definitely gonna get a lot of fucking comments because people are so in love with Mr. Beast and people hate Mr. Beast.
They ride him. They ride it. Yeah,
Ride or die.
they ride
Okay,
it.
the other thing I wanted to talk about is the. Let me pull that shit up because I am so like in disbelief that people would actually like tell us to shut up and that we have no idea what we're talking about
Oh, the
because
Japanese hybrid stuff.
yeah.
People, yeah, were commenting on. We did a talked about the subject of like Japanese allowing people to do crossbreeding between animal embryos and human embryos, and people were actually like, we were saying that DNA shouldn't be messed with because that's how we were designed.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, your organs, when you get replaced, when an organ gets transplanted, your body wants to reject it because it's someone else's DNA.
Mm.
Um, so imagine when you're trying to do that with an animal hybrid DNA. Like I don't know,
But
it just
you know what's weird? When I'm looking at Google for that, I get the articles that are from 2019. So sometimes do Instagram communities like accounts just post old shit?
it's possible.
Like look, Japan approves first
Oh, that's
human
the
animal
exact thing we looked at. Yeah,
2019.
right. It could be. Yeah,
Japan approves first human animal embryo experiment. The research could eventually lead to new sources of organs or transplants, but ethical and technical hurdles need to be overcome. And then, of course, I have to pay for this. So fuck that. Dude.
that's crazy.
Well, every single article is to pay for. So I don't understand. So people are telling me like they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's tons of articles here. It's from 2019. So you can shut the fuck up with that bullshit, bro.
Right.
Okay, I'm done, bro. I'm gassed.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I think we'll wrap it up there. I mean, let us know, guys, in the comments what y'all think. Um, And we like we've been posting out these busting out these shorts, from the podcast. If y'all can support us there, that'd be great. Just give it a like, comment what you think. If we sound like idiots, let us know. We'll get better. Um, and even if like the clip sucks and shit, just fucking just support, dude. Just fucking give it a fucking like and bounce. You know.
Yeah, a like and a subscribe can go such a long way, bro. You can
Yeah.
like you right now, if you were to like our video and just be like, let me subscribe. Even if you never saw it again, even if you never saw a clip of us again, even if you're like
Right.
whatever, the least you can do is subscribe. It's one click, bro. If you can just please let's click on your phone. You don't even get to see the people you subscribe to. YouTube
Yeah.
just
Look at look
recommends.
at look at Eric's fingers. He has wing sauce on his fingers, guys. And if you're seeing this, bro, subscribe. Bro, I noticed it earlier and I couldn't get rid of it, bro.
Bro, I noticed it too, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go with it."
I thought it was like hot Cheetos at first. I'm like, damn, that boy was eating some Cheetos, and then
I
you.
was eating hot Cheetos too, bro. I was a badass.
Oh, damn, you're eating that and the wings, boy. Hey, man, that cholesterol through the roof, boy. Take that red rice yeast. You heard of that red rice yeast? Take some of that shit.
Just die. Just
Damn,
die.
imagine one of us like strokes out during a pod, bro. That'd be some funny shit. I better go. Hey, if I stroke out in a pod, bro, that shit better go viral, bro. You
Yeah. Hey,
shit.
whoever just joined the live, you should have joined 20 fucking minutes ago.
Someone join right now or what?
Yeah. So like it or not, watch it or not,
It's
it's
fucking whatever.
whatever.
See you in the next one. We're gonna blow up soon.